kidnapped, he had ordered his subordinates to carry along with them the daughter of the then viceroy to a place called Chel, since she had at that time used a language which probably may not be very appropriate to be used on your this program. She had asked them in a derogatory language that they were the natives who did not know the etiquettes. The horses who had been cantering away to that place called Scandal, that was not a metalled or a cabled path at that time. The loose soil, it had been scattered, it had been flown away, which had disturbed the daughter of Lord Dufferin. She had made these comments. Then Raja Rajinder Singh, who happened to be the father of Shri Bhupinder Singh and not Shri Bhupinder Singh, who is associated with this legend, he had taken that lady to Chel. Chel is a place which is 100 meters more in height. Chel Palace is basically a property which has propelled all tourism in Chel. So there also we are doing something that Tree would be narrating the story of Maharaja Rajinder Singh and Bhupinder Singh.
Doesn't that have the highest cricket pitch also in the world?
It has the highest pitch in the world, definitely. But it is a ground which does not have the specifications of a proper cricket ground.
Is there any hopes or aspirations of making it probably a test cricket ground one day?
There is no harm in making promises, but this may take another 50 to 100 years.
Just the thought itself may instigate. Okay, so there is a lot of fact and fiction involved in putting together these stories of the Rajas and the British rule 200 years from the central point. How are you distinguishing fact from fiction in this escapade?
Neither we are encouraging to separate facts from fictions, nor we intend to do. I am not a historian. I am basically a seller of the fables.
So you're
I have to sell my product.
compiling everything.
I am compiling the legends, the popular folklores, the probably some of the stories which may not have any scientific basis, some of the stories which may be purely a work of fiction. We are not trying to separate those. Definitely not.
That is could you talk about other areas that you are focusing on, seeing that this an even or some kind of distribution across the segment?
Oh, that's a nice one. I'll tell you as to what we intend to do. For example, there are places in the state which have become oversaturated. Recently, we have commissioned a consultant for making a tourism master plan for the state. But even without that master plan, the state is aware as to what needs to be done. We are just trying to find the ways and means as to how it could be done. For example, some of the oversaturated points, we are trying to divert the tourist traffic to some of the lesser known destinations.
Can you give me an example of oversaturated, say, is Kullu Manali?
Kullu Manali is one, the Kangra circuit is another, Chamba Dalhousie sector is another, Shimla for that matter. Okay. We need not to oversell Shimla also, because Shimla now, weekend tourists, they are overflowing. We literally get not much revenue out of those visitors, but the state is strained as far as its infrastructure is concerned. So what we intend to do is we are now trying to make tourism and to have it spilled over to some of the niche kind of tourism activities. For example, only yesterday we have decided to have hospital and medical colleges in those areas where the state government has already allowed some EOI and the interested parties to go ahead with the construction and commissioning of medical colleges. Those areas would be linked up with the development of the destinations. For example, the rest and recuperation for the patients who undergo treatment in those hospitals would be suggested, and we have already taken steps for ensuring the development of those destinations. For example, there is a place in Mandi district called Janjali, and this is the consensus of those people who have visited Manali and those who had the opportunity of seeing Janjali also. Janjali can on any day match favorably even with Manali. So up till now, by the constraints of time and travel, it happens to be 55 kilometers from the national highway crossing in Sundarnagar. So 55 kilometers on that rural, reasonably good metal road, but it did not encourage many tourists to go and visit that valley. So once that medical college and hospital comes up, and people are taken presumably for
Treatment.
enjoying the recuperation part in Janjali, we hope to develop it in a big way. Similarly, Himachal has almost become an educational hub, and parents visit this state either to meet their wards or probably to enjoy the state. We are trying to develop a composite circuit which should cater to about 16 universities which are coming in the state. We will ensure that anyone visiting those universities end up visiting other places also, the nearby places. The mean stay of any tourist in the state is 3.5 days. Our effort is to increase it by another 1.5 day, so 5 days. The state is fortunate to have a largest man-made water body in the country, Pong Dam, in Kangra district. Up till now, that Pong Dam had not been put to the optimum utilization to which it could be used. Various economic activities have been suggested by the Asian Development Bank. Only last week we have finalized the first package which we supposed to get from the Asian Development Bank, and we are hopeful of getting that in near future, which practically takes care of that Pong Dam. We hope to involve villages around that water body, which are located in 3 districts. We hope to have artificial beaches there. We hope to have many activities broadly clubbed under ecotourism projects. The livelihood of those areas, that is going to witness a major change in the next 10 to 12 years. So there we will be ensuring the involvement of the common man in the tourism activities. It would no longer be presumed to be activity associated with the well-off people. The other part which I narrated earlier, why I am interested in having the history of Shimla not rewritten but probably packaged in a popular form as it existed, and probably it has been passed on by way of mouth publicity to us. That was again our little endeavor to encourage and ensure that anyone in the street, whosoever has some fable, some tale to tell me, he also feels involved that Shimla is the place. That is going to be our motto, Shimla is the place. So we hope to encash on that also.
I have noticed that there is a big difference between the people who are able to cater to Western tourists because of language issues and the other tourists who cannot speak in the tourism business. Has there been any thought or
Oh yes, there has been a
program?
conscious effort. No, let me tell you, this is again a fallacy. The only thing which probably I'll agree with you is that tourism as such, the state has not been able to, or probably we have not been able to involve the people or the common man to an extent which he should have been. For example, Himachal has the highest literacy percentage now.
In all of India?
Oh yes, we have relegated Kerala to number 2 position.
Okay.
But that basically means that everyone can read, write, and probably understand a spoken language. Yes, the percentage of population speaking English or probably communicatable English, that may be slightly below the desired levels. The Department of Tourism in conjunction with the tribal development, we have started educational and